Justin Morneau hit a home run yesterday, folks. I've got him on my fantasy roster, and I had to look twice when I saw the box score, as I was somewhat in disbelief. The former Masher and league MVP is hitting .291, and he's on pace for 102 RBI, but he only has 4 home runs. Now, if you're as old as I am, you probably remember St. Louis Cardinals second baseman Tommy Herr, who in 1985 hit .302 with 8 home runs and 110 RBI. That's almost identical to the numbers Morneau is tracking. If this is what baseball looks like in the post-steroid era, I don't think I like it. People have been high on Chris Tillman for years, and for those who have stuck with him through the pain and disappointment, it's starting to pay off. Sunday's win against the Yankees gives him 7 decisions in a row, and he finished June with a 2.68 ERA and a 6-0 record in 6 starts. Desmond has been steadily moving up the ranks of fantasy shortstops and into the top 50 players overall. Desmond finished June with a franchise record 28 RBI, and he's hitting home runs off of virtually everyone the opposing team puts on the mound. He hit 9 in June, and he smashed 1 off of Matt Harvey on Saturday, and a 2-run blast off the Mets' backup catcher on Sunday. After the game, Terry Collins said the Mets will throw the team's bullpen catcher and bat boy the next time they play, and see if they can keep him in the park that way. And now might be a great time to buy low on Eric Hosmer. After a subpar first half, Eric has gone 6 for 12 over his last 3 games with 3 homers, 4 runs scored, and 4 RBI. He now has 5 homers in his last 9 games. With just 7 home runs and 33 RBI, his stats still appear to be depressed, so now's the time to deal for the 23-year-old. Bryce Harper is in the lineup today against the Brewers, boys and girls, so get him in. Coco Crisp had to leave Sunday's game against the Cardinals in the 4th inning with back spasms. I can't think of a better fantasy player that can't stay on the field. Except maybe Carl Crawford, who started his rehab assignment yesterday after suffering a hamstring injury on June 1st. Albert Pujols finished June playing just 4 games in the field, dealing with lingering foot and knee issues. How would you like to be on the hook for his salary for 8.5 more years? Now think about this. The Angels spent $375 million on Albert Pujols and Josh Hamilton, but passed on Matt Harvey in the 2007 draft because he required $2 million. Dan Uggla told the media this weekend that doctors are still trying to find the right prescription to correct his astigmatism vision problems, and that he's going to wait until the end of the season to have LASIK surgery because he doesn't want to go on the DL. Uggla, who's hitting just 5 points above the Mendoza line, apparently sees 3 balls coming at him during night games. Now, he's been advised to try to hit the one in the middle. For now, I'd reserve him. And Johnny Cueto is back on the DL for the 3rd time this season with the same lat problem. You think maybe they'll just let him heal this time instead of bringing him back too early again? Tony Cingrani will move back into the rotation and start Wednesday taking Cueto's spot. Walter in the Queen City, Cincinnati, Ohio writes in, would you trade Dylan Axelrod to get Joe Saunders? Walter, you know the saying, there's never a bad question? Well, this one sucks. It's like asking me if I'd rather lick the dirty car in the parking lot or a cow's privates. Here's what you do. Cut Axelrod and pick up anyone. Anyone but Saunders. There's been lots of talk about whether Yasiel Puig should be on the National League All-Star roster. Consider this. Puig finished the month with 44 hits in 101 at-bats to become just the 2nd player joining Joe DiMaggio, who did it in 1936, to have more than 40 hits and 4 home runs in the first month of a career. Puig is hitting .436 with 7 home runs, 16 RBI, 19 runs scored, and 4 stolen bases. Now, from where I sit, they should put him on the roster. Why? It's simple. If he's not there, Joe Buck, Tim McCarver, and the Fox broadcast team are going to spend more time talking about a player that's not in the game than the guys who are in the game. And that's just silly. Puig is the most compelling player in the game at the moment, and no matter how they present it, the All-Star game hasn't been anything more than an exhibition for a quarter century. Add him to the roster. For RotoExperts, I'm Mike Cardano.